Alright, so how you doing boys? Hope you're doing well in today's video. Going to be going over the best way and probably the easiest way of farming the CROCKSHELL boss, especially when it comes to units and whatnot. Now, if you guys have been playing CROCKSHELL boss since one of his initial releases, you would be well aware of this team here. It honestly just gets the job done so easily. It can be a little iffy for certain players if you don't have the Kyo. Kyo makes this whole activity an absolute walk in the park. If you don't have him, there are other ways to work around the activity, but this is one of those things and one of those activities where it's not so much the units or like the power of the units you have, but it's more dependent on the units. And by all means, if you guys just want to auto it on normal, there are a couple less like passives and whatnot that go on about. CROCKSHELL is a whole lot easier on normal, let alone his CC and whatnot. You can easily get all the materials to actually buy the shop well in enough time before the event actually finishes. But let's say you want to, get through the event faster, buy everything in the shop a little bit quicker. This would probably be the team I'd recommend you use. So Kyo for obviously proccing the main passive of the CROCKSHELL, having to ignite him a certain amount of times. The Elizabeth for the healing and the ult gauge from the ultimate, really helpful. And then Escanor is going to be our main damage dealer. Does also help that he has the Cruel Sun card for some extra debuffs to actually get that passive removed. But when it comes to actual artifacts, there are two sets I'd recommend, and looky here, the Trio of Troublemakers set being the best set. Once again, it just works so well in so many different forms of content, but if you weren't to use this one, I would probably recommend using the Happy Halloween one, the damage reduction. Nothing here really suits the activity an awful lot, and this one just works in pretty much any content at this point. And when it comes to food, just to kind of solidify ourselves not dying, we are going to be using the HP food, but let's jump right into it. There's not an awful lot to say. We are going to be putting on an auto, which is going to be the main thing about this team. The healing from Elizabeth, the buff removal from her green card, all that kind of stuff is going to be super helpful. And Escanor does some pretty good damage. As you can see, I just have a random team as my team B. You don't really have to worry about it. It's a fun activity, and I do like what they were going for when it came to like the whole swapping between teams. It just wasn't executed perfectly. Also, having the Holy Relic for Kyo this time around is going to be so helpful, getting those extra ignites right off the bat. I know we're not using the Cruel Sun card, which probably hurts us when it comes to speed, but you'll be right. You're autoing this, so you're probably not in a hurry anyways. When it comes to actual teams for grinding the event, the green coin shop Merlin, should I say, in the back is still going to be a very good option. If you have green Mon speed as well, he's going to be super helpful for this content. Some kind of mix up like that. If you have Kyo, of course, using Kyo is always beneficial. The red coin shop Demon Meliodas as well is another really good unit for this activity. And then when it comes to your other team, you could probably use like a Hellbrom the One kind of build, Gotha, maybe the Halloween Gotha, just for when, the shield actually drops and you can deal damage. Getting the ultimate with Escanor there. Gonna cleanse. He should have about one more turn before we can actually go ahead and start dealing damage to him. If you do wait too many turns though, he does get like a huge damage reduction buff, which you definitely want to finish him before that happens. As you can see as well, as long as you've been playing the game for quite a bit, most of your units shouldn't take damage. It's more getting through that ignite passive is the annoying part. And when you have certain units being stunned, it can be hard to have that happen, especially with the fact they only last the 3 turns. You're going to see he absolutely wastes the Escanor ultimate there. Super unfortunate, but like I was saying, really interesting kind of like form of what they were going for there. I feel like there have been a couple like really fumbled like pieces of content and whatnot in the game. One of which, I suppose it's not so much content, but one fumbled idea was the whole transformation mechanic. We got characters like Camilla and the Eren Yeager, the green one, that were supposed to have transformations when they use their ultimate, and it just ended up being so underwhelming. You use your ultimate True Transform, which your ultimate is pretty much always going to be the strongest part about your character, if not sometimes like the passive and stuff like that, or like the combo of your 2 cards. But it should have ended up being so underwhelming. Like your character didn't get a big enough boost for using the ultimate. So this as well, I definitely feel like we could see stuff like this later on in the game, maybe have a return. But also, look at us just completely holding onto all of these Escanor cards here. It does take a little while to auto. It's one of those activities, unfortunately, but you do get there in the end. Once again, Kyo just helps out so much, and you can use Tamio Link on certain characters to kind of help survive, but Elizabeth, like, by the time you've taken a lot of damage, you usually have most of your characters stunned, and then you'll see the heal cards start coming out. Once you get those extra ignites from the Kyo ultimate, you are guaranteed to remove that one in the next turn. Super long thing to auto, unfortunately. Here we have the Escanor ult. should remove that. Is he? No, he's not going to stun because we have the max ultimate gauge. That's another thing I found out that really helped using Escanor over maybe someone like Trader Meliodas is you're going to continually get stunned if you use Trader Meliodas, which ends up being really annoying. Hopefully we can just finish off in this turn here. Has a whole bunch of ignites on him. And goes ahead and uses the weak Elizabeth card. That should do pretty good damage. Oh yeah, completely one taps. Then we're into the second phase, pretty much just repeating the same thing again. Going through all those ignites can be a little bit of a hassle. Actually, yeah, no, the second one, so disregard what I said. The second one, don't have to worry about the ignite thing, but it does do the same effect where if he does take too many turns or you take too many turns to actually beat the CROCKSHELL boss, he will get the huge damage reduction. It's not impossible to deal damage, like you can actually still deal damage, and maybe using a stronger character like Trader Meliodas here would be a little bit better just because the damage output overall is a little bit better. Not a boss you need to worry about. Once again, I cannot incentivize enough, if you are struggling with this content, please just do the easier difficulty of it. It's honestly the difference in like dropper rewards from normal, regular, like hell difficulties and stuff like that, especially in these like side demon events like this, doesn't really end up being worth it. As long as you can beat the lowest difficulty, you're like accessing pretty much the same rewards or the same rewards as everyone else. And there we go. There's a damage decrease there, and as you'll see, this ultimate will come out here. I think my key is 3-6. It'll do pretty much nothing, yeah. So yeah, very, very slow content. Let's just see how much the Escanor does. Honestly, so many ignites as well. Surely Escanor can actually do a little bit here. But once you're into this final phase, as long as you haven't had any characters die, you're pretty much on that home stretch. I've done, I think, I did all of yesterday's runs, and like I've tried a couple of this and just cancelling out to see if I had any characters die. And so far, I haven't had any, so maybe that's just good luck for me, but like, they get to half health sometimes, and then so many players are stunned that Elizabeth just starts spamming the heal, so you'll be fine. Wow, 6-6 Escanor. Granted, he is on a HP defense set, so changing that to an attack set could probably do a little bit more damage, but we are kind of on the home stretch here. Getting those 2 Elegant Blow cards should finish him off. And yeah, if you guys need any suggestions, you know, team building, stuff like that, by all means let me know in the comment section down below. Don't tell me you really just got the damage. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna just autoplay this one. We'll finish him off here throughout the Escanor cards, but yeah, if you guys do need any, you know, team suggestions, anything like that, by all means let me know in the comment section down below. I'm sure you guys have this in the bag at this point. It's not the hardest demon in the world. I do really like what they did with the Barrager. He's definitely by far the best demon we've had when it comes to like character design and even how the actual fight is designed itself. But with that, I can actually go ahead and buy my Jormungandr. I think it's the body piece. Hold on, if we go to the shop here. There we go, that outfit. Honestly, for a free-to-play outfit, they did such a good job of that one. Unfortunately, I have to get a little bit further in to actually get the headpiece, but can now go ahead and do the PvP showcases. So that just about does it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit the like button, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.